I
Yes.
will start out with knowing a little bit more about your early life. How did it all begin? How did it all begin?
Yeah. So I started my travel blogging in 2007, and that those days the Blogspot was on
Mm.
from Google. It was a free platform, and one of my friends told me this is at he she has observed me traveling so much, so he told, why don't you pen down your travels? And also I used to take some pictures those days and to share in a small circle those days.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's when she inspired me to pen down basically the experiences and the places and the photographs in one platform where maybe I can revisit, or maybe those who are interested can visit and look into it. So that's how it started, documenting my travels.
Now you said traveling a lot. Was it like because of your work or you just love traveling?
Yeah, as a Bengali, Bengalis travel a lot. So yeah, and
Acha.
we had
Okay.
our children were growing, and they were now quite on their single-digit figures. Like they were 5 and 9. So I thought now, yes, it will be comfortable traveling with them. And
Okay.
so we started planning more travels, and they were quite cooperative. So we started planning first within our own country, then we started exploring other Europe and Asia and like that. So they were quite my kids were quite cooperative, like, so that was easy. In fact, that made it
Nice.
easier.
Okay, okay. So is it, can we call this your passion? It's a lifelong passion kind of
Yeah, I
thing?
think traveling shouldn't stop for me, at least. See, either ways, everybody is traveling. If I
Of
go from
course.
here to, say, maybe a KR market, also it's a travel, and you might end up seeing some unique experience and the things being
Of
sold. That
course.
itself
Of
becomes a
course.
subject. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I sometimes look at things like that. Okay, this is worth sharing with my audience. So sometimes the travel may be just a plain and simple one, so I may not have anything. But there are places, sometimes a simple journey also turns out, okay, this was worth documenting, and like that way. So yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay. So now is this your primary career?
actually I wouldn't call it as a career. It's something I feel content doing. I feel
So
satisfied
it's
doing it.
more like, yeah, so it's
Yeah,
more like an outlet, a
yeah,
passion,
yeah.
that kind. Right,
So
right. Wonderful.
after I retired from my work, so I was more focused in bringing up my children.
Of
But
course.
then I always ended up with some spare time. So
Always.
that's how I put everything together, and this is something which is continuing actually.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what kind of challenges have you faced? Like any challenges managing everything that, is there a time that you completely devote to it or how is it like?
See, since I'm on my own, like there is no deadline for me. So always it was a very relaxed way of putting across things. But
Hmm.
yes, once I take up projects, it becomes a little challenging at times to finish up the project within the deadline expected by the team. So yes, that time there is some I have to reschedule my work, and probably I will have to ask for some cooperation from my family members. But it has been always very easy and smooth. They knew, okay, mom has to do something. So it's that, and also they were happy
Wonderful.
I was off their head. So
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent. So interestingly, I'm also Bengali.
Yeah, I know. I could make out Majumdar, Mondal, Sheen, all are Bengali to me. Nice.
Yes. So, so yeah. So, are you in Bengal or
I
settled
actually,
elsewhere?
though I'm a Bengali, I was born elsewhere in Gujarat. Then I grew up in Trivandrum. I studied my entire education was in Trivandrum. Then I worked else so many places, and then came to Bangalore. My after marriage, and I settled. After that, Bangalore has been my place, and we are
Home,
kind of
basically.
settling down here.
Okay. 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 Very cool. Very cool. So now, in terms of your work, rather passion, like how do you approach a story through images, especially when working with, on a project with personalities, different personalities? Like how do you approach it?
So There is actually there is no single formula. Sometimes if my audience is following me throughout, they know there is a continuity in the story. And
Okay.
otherwise, like I'm going to a travel new destination, then I put for that also across, so they know, okay, what is coming forward and what is next, what is going to come up next, and what
Mm.
destinations I'm so that's the way. And then like I have that mix of food and the culture and the travel part of the reaching the destination. So it's a kind of, after so many years, a kind of I won't say formula, but it is kind of
The
a
experience has set
pattern has
in,
set in.
basically. Right.
Pattern
You
has set
know,
in.
right. The experience has mattered, basically.
Yes, yes.
Right. So, what are are there any particular emotions that you try to capture?
Yeah, I talk to locals a lot. So I had, I whenever I visit places, I because in India I know some languages, I could talk to locals, and I had started a Faces of India series in my blog in
Mm.
around 2010, and went around. I have done around 350 faces I covered, where I used to talk to them, find out their daily life, and it was quite a popular thing where people used to know, okay, she's traveling, she would find out some new people, and what how they are involved in their culture, or whether they are making any incredible food, or or say the guides there, the local guides, what the difficulties
Mm.
they are facing about that destination, this kind of
Mm.
things.
Right.
So
So, what was that? Do you still have that blog around? Like,
yeah, it is there in my. It is. I after around 350 pages, I kind of ended that. So people say, why don't you bring out a book and all that? So let me see, things will take time. Yeah,
yeah,
so that
no,
was
but
the
that's an amazing set of blogs
collection.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, collection, excellent collection, and people are actually wanting to know more about it. So I
So
think a
yes,
book may not be a bad idea. So you can definitely think about that.
yeah, I do have it lined up in my mind. So let me see how
Good,
it goes.
good, wonderful. Now, for you to be in a creative mindset, like creative zone, are there in particular like personal rituals that you perform or anything like that?
Since like it's a writing job, so sitting at the table, travel happens, say 4 or 5 days of travel, or maybe 1 week of, but after that we come back home. And if I am getting into my writing schedule, it's always sitting in the chair and writing. So yes, I do take care of my daily routine, and I include everyday walk. One thing is for sure, of around half an hour to 45 minutes. And then yeah, I start the day with Surya Namaskars, around 24 of them. So yes,
So
that is
there
one
is
thing.
a personal ritual that you have that
Yes, this is
puts you in that creative Zen zone, rather creative
yeah.
zone where no
Yeah,
noise is actually disturbing you, basically.
yeah.
Good. So now, is there a personal project that you think that was a turning point in your?
Personal project actually, see, so initially when I started in the blogspot, it was going on, and my audience also had increased, and people would look forward to my posts. And also around in 2015, I got an international blogging assignment in Malaysia. That was my first
Okay.
assignment. Actually, I did not get in India also till then.
Oh,
So yeah, so that kind of, so what I had just casually started, and as a time, you can't say exactly as time pass, but something I was doing, which had given me a little bit of something to focus on. It turned into something which people were looking for. Why don't you write here? So that, yes, that were, I felt, yeah, this is worth doing. In that case, if people feel that from a different country tourism board they are feeling, so I was hoping, yes, it should turn out in India also. And yes, to my luck, I can say, because there are so many good bloggers around, to my luck, okay, I was selected for some of the tourism projects in India also by several tourism boards. So that way, one thing led to other, and so that's how, uh,
so
I
you think
moved
the
on ahead.
Malaysian project actually was like a turning point where
Yes,
after that, pretty much everything just you
certainly
know
came my way.
started happening. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, is there one project that you think that you could have approached maybe differently or something? Is there a project that sticks up in your mind that you think that, you know, আলাদা হতেও পারতো?
আলাদা হতে পারতো means yeah, that is possible, but then since actually I did not explore much in that, because I had quite set up a pattern. Okay, this is how it has to be. And also,
Hmm.
yeah, আলাদা হতে পারতো in the sense it not from my end, but when audience requirements came in, yes, then I changed. Not that I did something from my end. If I saw, okay, audience is asking for more anything like moving into different social media platforms, like, then I changed my approach. Otherwise, more or less, I have been, even today I have been, yeah, certain projects stopped. Like I used to have another one fun series where I used to click some pictures and I used to ask my readers to caption it, and I used to feature their best captions. So those kind of series, my readers were quite involved with my postings. So yes, those have stopped when I saw, okay, it was, now it is dwindling the interest. So I like that we kind of moved on actually.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so actually
Okay.
I can't really say that this could have been different. I am not able to actually find that out. That
Find
this
that.
could have been different. Yeah.
Okay. Now, since we are talking about audience, what is that one thing or a couple of things that you hope that, you know, people feel that, or they can take away from when they view your work?
No, like specifically from my work, kind of today information is so much. I mean, like everybody's fingertips, it's there. So yeah, like I am not sure quite what they would want to take up, but whatever I have been giving, I felt always okay, it has been received, if not extremely well, at least moderately well. So
Okay. Like there is not one thing like there is one, like, do you have a pattern? Is there a pattern that you stick to? Like a pattern that you are not really like, there is no like,
yeah, like that's what. So pattern is usually like a new travel place. So I start writing which all places I went, and what I have seen, they're unique, and probably unique. Everybody would be saying. I mean, like, so what was my approach? You see, it's a every story is a kind of your own discovery. You might visit
absolutely.
the same place, you will discover it in another way. I visited the place, I discovered it. So that is the thing which makes up, which is my I what I discovered, what I experienced is what I have always tried to highlight. So yeah, that way it is different, and I don't know whether I'm answering your question or not.
No, no, you are, of course you are. Now, is there, what advice would you give to young photographers who are on a similar path?
See, if photography is the passion, then depends on what. Again, photography is such a vast thing now these days, like architecture, bird watching, so many things are there. If you are really passionate about it, especially
Mm,
for bird watching, you'll have to get up, you have to be early riser.
of course,
If
of
you have
course.
architecture passion, you need to have certain knowledge about that place, and the kind of styles, architectural style. So a little bit of knowledge base is required. If you're not having that built up on that, and like that, if you're doing on a photography of food, this thing, you need to have a different perspective. A person might look at a food from this angle, but if you can give a different perspective to that same food dish, that can attract more audience to you.
Audience. So
So
basically, do your homework well,
yes,
right?
I
So
always
I
try
would
to be,
say that.
give a little bit of different, which you feel, yeah, this is the way, if you present, it can hit the audience
Mm,
attention and
mm,
attract
mm,
that.
mm. Right, right, right. Now, as a
Audience
Google,
matters.
right, of course, they
Mm.
are everything. I think audience is
Exactly,
everything. If you
exactly.
don't have the
You
audience,
can't be
then
on a solo journey here.
no. I mean, you know, you could, but what I'm saying is since you already have an audience, I mean, of course. So as a Google local guide, what's been your most memorable review? And did anything surprising happen afterward?
Yeah, Google. I used to put pictures. A Cambodia trip, and enabled me to take a lot of lovely pictures with the Buddhist monks there, and their old ruins. So though that I had put up, and after that I think I got I don't know whether that picture made a mark or not, but somehow I got that recognition after that particular post. I remember this much very clear. So I kind of link my recognition there to that Cambodia travel that I made and the reviews that I made in Google.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has to be that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the most unexpected perk that has come with being recognized as one of the most, uh, you know, sought after bloggers, top India bloggers?
Yeah, you have to. They expect, okay, you'll be doing the best way. One thing is there. That's a little bit of pressure at times, but and also this top blogger rating, it doesn't stay constant. It's like your stock market, like it goes up and down.
Up and
Like
down, up and
today, if
down.
I'm
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
6 years back, if I was in top today, I may be down tomorrow. Another with some more effort, I might again rise.
yeah.
So this
Right.
is something. Yeah, there are a lot of good bloggers around. Good
Of
bloggers,
course,
good
of course, of
photographers
course.
around. It's
Of
just
course.
probably one thing, yeah, I started a bit early, which I have an advantage over so many people. But I do see youngsters are coming up with a very nice new angle, new perspective of looking at things. Sometimes I end up learning actually from them.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Okay. Now, is there a perk that comes with it? Like, is there a perk that,
Not all are monetary based, but yes, people ask to insert their links. So sometimes we earn
of
that way
course,
too.
of course, of
So
course.
that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes they do take care of your entire, kind of mostly it has been, I'll say 70 to 80% has been barter system, where everything is taken care of, your travel, your stay, your food and
Mm.
everything, and then you're
Of
asked to
course.
pay for it. So, yeah, it has
So
been
that's a wonderful,
mostly it
yeah,
has
yeah,
been
of
barter.
course. That's a wonderful perk to have. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, is there a trip on your mind that always that has sparked your love for travel, or was it just there?
Travel, I think, I don't know, it was always there actually. And
It was
also,
on.
I say, if I wouldn't have written and if I had been working in elsewhere, also I would have traveled. So travel was always but since I wasn't doing anything and I, got into this, so I could combine both. Otherwise,
So it was basically an integral part of your life.
yes, travel was always
Always.
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like, which hidden gem in India do you think that people need to know more about, given the vast experience in travel?
I think Northeast is least explored because I haven't been there yet. So I feel yes, Northeast needs to be explored well, and
Excellent.
people should be yes.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been to Shillong?
Shillong, yes, Shillong was my post. I had gone
Yeah,
for a small work
yeah,
assignment there.
yeah.
Yes,
So
Shillong is
yeah,
nice.
it is a gem for sure. I don't know how much hidden it is, but it is definitely a gem for
Yeah,
sure,
much
right?
later now that cherry blossom thing has come up. It happened. Spring it's worth visiting during spring because of the cherry blossom. The roads are lined up with the cherry blossom trees. It's a very, I think this has developed in the past 7-8 years or so. This
Ah,
Shillong as a destination.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So I haven't been there
Yeah,
yet.
I've
That
heard I've heard very good things about Shillong and Christmas as well. That apparently it's a much celebrated spot
yeah.
for Christmas. Now, is there one place that you would want a traveler to try?
Pardon me once more, please. I
That
wanted
what's that one thing every traveler should try at least once in their life?
that you must travel. Yeah, while travel, I think you must interact with the locals to understand that place better.
Very, very, very. Yeah, 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 yeah. True. Now, is there a common misconception about a travel blogger that you'd like to highlight?
Conception, misconception. Okay, क्या मजे में है ट्रैवल कर रही है that kind of comments,
That's true.
yes.
That's true. No, that's true.
They
That's a very
they
good
don't
point.
understand the
Yeah.
hard work that has
There's,
gone behind in documenting my
there's
entire
so much
travel.
that goes into it that people don't know that exactly what goes into it.
Yes,
Right, 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 right. Now, was there ever a travel mishap that happened
yeah,
with you on a
quite a
surprising
few.
moment?
Quite a few. My husband got pickpocketed in Lisbon, entire credit card, everything. Luckily, passports are in a different bag. Then at another place in Seville, we got lost and we arrived there at around night 12:30, 11, 12:30, around 1, I think it became. And the kids were small also, they were in the car and sleeping off, and we were not able to find the hotel. Luckily, some two ladies at that, I don't know from where they appeared, and they had that local map app in their mobile. So then with the hotel, that's how we could, that was in the midnight it happened.
Oh
So
wow.
yes, something. And then in Spain, only in another place, they had served us all the food. So I felt, the salt was little. So salt and pepper. I asked, can you please provide? That guy he brought a whole plate of salt and chili fries. Chili is fried, means that is salt and pepper. So that itself cost me €5.
Oh.
Wow. And then next time I will manage without salt and no asking.
Exactly. Oh my God, that is fun.
Language barrier. That was a pure
Language
language
barrier.
barrier.
Yeah.
€5, and that time I could have bought that souvenir, this souvenir. So much was going on in my mind.
Of course, of course. Now, if you had to pick one, which one would you pick? Like incredible food, amazing views, or rich culture?
A rich culture. I think it connects me to the past of that place. Culture is something which has come over the years. Like
Hmm.
each person, they bring their handicrafts, their festivals,
Hmm.
their rituals. This I feel more attracted to the culture of a place actually.
There's
After
history
that,
in it. Yeah.
history. Yeah, yeah.
You like to know the history basically.
Yes,
No,
yes, yes.
that's true. That makes because amazing amazing food views you can get, but that particular place, there's a lot
And if
of
if they could preserve it till now, I would like to put my contribution in preserving it further by documenting it. That is
exactly
one of the
correct,
objectives. I
correct.
always make this thing to document about the culture that I have
Hmm.
seen, discovered in a place.
Wonderful. Now, what's that one essential item you always pack no matter where you're headed?
Water bottle? It is a water bottle.
Yes, of course. Now, any other go-to hacks for finding the best local foods or hidden spots while traveling? When we are traveling, we are looking for, where can we find the best? Is there any hacks that you have, or that this is a better?
Usually, yeah, I usually, when I land in a new place, say like Thessaloniki, I visited in Greece. So
Hmm.
I was a little bit clueless, like how to, find a good restaurant there. And so even though we do previous study, okay, these are some good restaurants. So I usually, like this, such places, the hotel staff, I ask the hotel staff, what is your favorite place? And
Um,
I gather the information from the hotels. Of they say, okay, this is close by and it's a good place to eat, and that is a little
hmm.
bit close by. So it's the hotel
That
stuff.
is,
I
I
felt
think
like,
that's a good point. Yeah, instead of just
yeah,
relying on the internet, I
yes,
think we could, if possible, wherever people are staying,
yeah,
if we ask that,
yeah.
what's your favorite?
So
There
if that
can
guy
be,
that guy
yeah,
has survived it, so I know I'll also survive it in any kind
right,
of
right.
experiment. Yeah.
True. Now, is there a next on your bucket list? And
You mean travel wise? You mean travel destination?
yeah,
Uh, I don't know. We have not yet planned anything much. This year has gone
no
by.
thought of.
Let us see what turns up. Yeah, always look out for a new country or a new city is always there. So nothing, we
Okay.
haven't done anything yet. But I would like to, like little bit. I'm deviating a bit, and I'm getting into try to edit videos. So pictures were always there, but
Mhm.
I felt editing, taking videos and editing. So I'm like trying to sharpen my skills there actually. So I
Oh,
might be,
nice.
yeah. So I'm trying to
Very,
do that.
very cool. Very cool. Wow. Okay, and now if you had to live in a city for a whole year, is there a specific city that calls you? Something that you would love to be there for a year? Anything that
Yeah, I would love to stay in Athens, Greece.
Athens? Yeah.
Lovely place.
Beautiful.
Love to
Yeah.
discover layers and layers of history there. lots to see actually. Lots. I mean,
Mhm.
like 1 or 2 days. We were there for 4 days, but I still feel whenever I ride through that
Wasn't
place,
enough. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel I wish I could revisit it once more. And yeah.
Mm, true. Now, how do you hope to inspire your followers through your travel journey? Is there a
Ins-
more inner
to inspire
calling
them to
on?
travel. To inspire them to travel.
I mean, it could be anything. Like, is there a particular feeling or that you want to evoke in your followers?
It's a little. I'm not quite sure how inspire. Yeah, but like new places when I go, I would probably if they get inspired by the Japan shots. As a last major visit I did was in Japan, and I have been
Right.
blogging about it.
Mm,
So yeah, if that the information that I have provided helps them in planning a trip easily to those places, and they feel from my feedback, yes, this place is worth. Supposing I went for 18 days, supposing a person goes only for 5 days, so what is it that he can select for those 5 days? So that
right.
way
Right.
kind of
Right.
thing, if they can
Mm,
take from my, I would like to inspire them that way. Yeah, you. So I have ranked it, I have listed it. If you can, if that inspires you, yeah, these are the top. If you have only 5 days, so okay, out of these places maybe I'll visit these 2 3 places and focus all my 5 days. So that way, yes, I would. If that provides some inspiration, I do try to present it that way also at times.
wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, some rapid fire for you. Okay. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Solo travel or group adventures?
A group with family, basically, with family.
Okay. Dream destination you haven't yet been to?
New Zealand for the road trips there.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's a beautiful country. Favorite Indian street food?
Fuchka.
Of course, of course. Most photogenic place you visited?
Meteora in Greece. That
Ah,
monasteries in the mountains, no? This is really very beautiful. In the
true.
clouds, walks moving into the hills, and it was very nice actually.
Mm. One phrase or word you learned in another language that stuck with you.
Hola.
And that in what language?
Spanish in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobar. Actually, it came from that hola, they say, no? Hi in
Hi,
Spanish.
hi, hi.
The
Okay, okay.
hola.
Hola, hola, hola. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Favorite travel book or movie?
Travel book also I have one. By Vishwanath Ghosh, Chai Chai. Have you read that? That is really. I mean, it really inspired me to write a book only. Actually, like I thought, such a simple experience. The book actually doesn't focus on Chai Chai or any particular. But every station you go, every railway station. I mean, those days earlier days, like when he had written the book, the travel mode was mostly railways, right? So he
Hmm.
has written the book that way, like every station you go to. It's not about chai or anything, but he has connected the whole thing with, and he has titled the book as Chai Chai. And I thought it's such a simple thing which we consume every day, and how well he has connected it with the travel.
Hmm.
That kind of, I felt it was a very good book. Yeah, so
Right, right. Window seat or aisle seat?
window.
One place you'd go back to in a heartbeat.
Athens.
Of course. Instagram or blog?
Everybody likes Instagram, but I like my blog.
One thing you collect from each place you visit.
Yeah, something which describes their local culture. Like I collected a rooster from Portugal, the
Oh,
clogs from Amsterdam. It may come in the form of a fridge magnet, or it may come as a postcard, or it may come as that object itself.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
always also made sure that they are smaller in size, not anything very big, huge, which is very
To
difficult.
travel, yeah, to carry and all that. Right, right. Best time of year to travel, summer or winter?
Ask me autumn and spring, I'll say spring, but it's the autumn I travel because it's little less costlier at that time.
True, true, true. Night markets or early morning sightseeing?
Early morning sites.
Sightseeing. One song that's always on your travel playlist, if there is a song.
Nothing, I don't have actually. But I do listen to the old Bollywood songs while traveling once in a while that way. Yeah.
Good. Now, is there an now travel trend? Now, is there an overrated travel trend, you think?
Um, Overrated travel trend? No, I don't think so. They do say like their travel trends are there. Overrated as such is actually depends a lot on the tourists, how whether they have taken care of the place because of the over. I don't think so. I can categorize it that way.
Hmm. Hmm.
Overrated as such, I'm not sure I can categorize anything.
Okay. Most inspiring person you've met on your travels?
Uh, Inspiring person. I visited when I visited Madhya Pradesh, I could interact with archaeologist K.K. Mohammed sir, who had got Padma Shri or K.K. Mohammed sir, who was
Hmm.
the
Right,
Ayodhya
right,
Mandir. He
right.
had worked for that, and
Right.
also the Bateshwar temple complex. He had helped
Uh-huh.
in reviving the whole temple complex there. So we had, as with Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board, when we traveled, we had the good fortune to, he was actually taking us to those places. So yes, the kind
Hmm.
of passion he had in the in explaining the history of the place and how he worked to revive it to its present state. So those things, yeah, this professor this his KK Mohammed sir, he, yeah, I feel very influenced by
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, if you weren't a travel blogger, what do you think you would be?
him. Such a confusing thing, I was trained as an engineer. So after that, I don't know. I left engineering. I served the Indian Air Force. That also I left, and then I got into blogging. So
Hmm.
maybe teaching is seems easy. Teaching, maybe teaching.
Same. Maybe, yeah.
Mm.
So, how would you describe your life's journey in 3 words?
So I'm grateful for whatever I have got. I'm grateful.
Now, finish this sentence. Travel has taught me to.
Share.
Wonderful. Excellent. Now, can you expand on that a little?
My blog is itself that I share. So I have been sharing my experiences. I've been sharing the photographs that I've seen. So basically, I've been sharing
Sharing a part of
information.
yourself, basically. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sharing my the information that I can
Yeah.
share with you, which will be useful for you.
Uh,
So basically, yeah, so sharing and that my blog purpose also was like that. Let me share kind of thing. It was.
mm, mm, right. What's one skill you think is essential for travel bloggers, but it's often overlooked? Is there one skill that you think?
Video editing, no video. We take a lot of videos, but we if you put that raw video just like that, you need to create a drama element in that, and make that bring up that excitement in the person. Oh yes, this place is worth seeing. Just like that, putting it flat.
Mhm.
Pictures are like that. I just put the picture, but when I
Right.
can put it in a video and also edit it properly and present the matter. And today the span has reduced. You see, attention span has reduced a lot. So nobody is much very keen to read the elaborate blogs that I write. So if I have to really experience, share my experience of that place or the
Mm,
video that I've seen, while saying the showing the video, I can talk over, and then that way it is. So if I can sharpen my skills there, that is why I was saying video editing skill is something I'm looking forward to sharpen, and that is a little bit overlooked also. I feel like people don't.
true, 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 true. If you could give yourself, your younger self, a piece of advice, what would that be? This is actually one of my favorite questions.
Yeah, younger self, yes, maybe take more photographs. Sometimes I come back. That's why again it went off to video only. When I come
Mm,
back, I have like when I travel to a place, sometimes I'm so engrossed in the actual beauty of the place or actual details of the place. I
mm,
sometimes forget to record those, in a digital format, say in pictures and video. So this is what I wish some of the places that I traveled 10 years back, because what it was 10 years back or 20 years back, it really people can understand the difference. Today it has evolved so much, and how
Hmm.
time is leaving its mark on so many places. So I think I wish I had taken, like Venice when I traveled, I wish I had taken more pictures there,
More and more pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, as a blogger, what's your approach to maintaining an authentic online presence?
Authentic, yeah, I'm so earlier there was a time, when there was a time when people would prefer pictures with no people, but now it has changed, so you have to be present in the picture, you that
Ah,
shows the authenticity of the, okay, your visit. Because things have, like, people are copying, people are, like, it's very easy to, okay, this is authentic or this is original or not, it is becomes very, people
it's not. So it's
doubt.
a
So though I've not faced it much, I feel to, if anybody else is showing, trying to do be authenticate, try to at least say, supposing you're making a video of 5 minutes, at least include a 30 seconds clip in that to show that, okay, you were there in that place. So
true.
which I have not, because since I have been doing the recording, I have been taking the picture, I am missing in all the pictures. Today when I
Hmm.
see, okay, Venice, I was there, but not a single picture, I have not many, not I don't have that many pictures to show. Okay, I
Right, right.
visited this monument, or I did this gondola, this thing. So I feel
Oh.
a little bit, maybe when I wish I had somebody had advised that.
That's a very good point, actually. Very, very good point, actually, to as a takeaway for sure. Now, a favorite way that you unwind, usually after a busy day?
Yeah, well, if I'm returning home, warm bath maybe, and look through the pictures that I click throughout the
Amazing.
day, make small notes, or maybe categorize them.
Hmm.
Because at that time only mind is fresh, okay, that
Right,
time only
right,
whatever
right.
memory you experience that day, you can pen it. I have seen so many times, if I try to do it after a week or so, kal karenge, that kind of thing, when I have for any place,
नहीं होता है. हाँ, हाँ,
yes,
हाँ, हाँ.
I do miss out on
Totally.
things.
Right. Now, besides travel, do you have any other hobbies or creative outlets?
Besides travel, one thing I wish I had more time for bird watching. I'm staying in a place where a lot of trees are there. Sometimes I see the birds sitting, and I did, during the COVID time. When we were stuck at home, I did a lot of bird watching right from my house balcony.
Did
So
you
yeah,
start a vlog as well?
pardon me.
Did you start a vlog? Did you vlog
Yeah, vlog.
them?
No, that's what I vlog. But I do have a lot of Instagram. I have a lot of pictures of
Okay,
birds.
okay.
Yeah, that time
Wonderful.
my Instagram feed was full of bird pictures, because at home we
Oh,
can't travel.
of course. Of course.
Mm.
Of course. Wonderful. Is there a favorite podcast that you have or a favorite influencer
Better
that
influencer.
inspires you?
Yeah, you can say it, because I'm now my mind. I have that mind bent towards video editing skill. I'm looking up to Karthikeyan. He has, picture in pixel. His site is that. So I like the way he edits pictures.
And pictures and
So
all.
yeah, I'm kind of influenced that more now.
Cool. So I think another final one I have is there a personal goal that you're looking forward to working or like you're working on this year?
Yeah, I have already published one book this year, so I want to publish actually, but now November, December, the book hasn't gone much ahead, but I want to publish another 6 months. Hopefully, I'm having a target to publish one more book, which will be again
Fantastic.
connected to my travels only.
Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I think that's been a wonderful chat with you, Indrani.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, all the best for your upcoming book.
Thank you so much. Namaskar to all of you.
Thank you, thank
It's a
you,
great
thank you so
opportunity
much.
that you have given me. I don't know, you have considered me, that I am here to be here in front of you in this panel to discuss things. That itself is a big humbling. I'm really honored actually.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much to
you.
each one of you. And I wish your channel a success, with other participants. And really hope you, since you're just about to launch, I really hope you come with in a big way, with more famous, when like real famous personalities than me. Thank you so much. Thanks once
Thank you
more.
so much. Thank you.